Hey, what's up, guys? It's Charles again here at Voice Podcast. And I got a really funny, interesting guest I want to introduce you guys. I've been able to work with him for a couple of projects here and then with one of my clients. And he's just a very humorous guy. He serves the community. He loves making you laugh. And I don't know, there's so much to say about this guy. So I'm going to feature him on because with what he's offering right now and how he's trying to expand is what I'm also curious to talk a little about his voice and what he wants to stand for. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this episode with Mack from Mack Meals. You might know him as a comedian or a chef, but we're going to get to know his story. So, hope you guys enjoy. Let's take this shot, bro.
I'll post later. All right.
No chaser.
Down the hatch.
Ugh.
Hey, the Rock. Hey, man.
What is this?
The Rock. That's the Rock tequila.
Not bad.
That's not good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not good. Yeah, it's not bad. That's
Most,
nice tequila.
Most other tequilas, I'm just like, oh, but this one, it's pretty good.
Some you need a lime, but this one is solid.
Yeah, no, this is solid. I can probably take two more. I'm probably, no. Let's wait. Let's see how the
Don't
episode
tell me
goes.
for a good time. Don't tell me for a good time.
How are you doing today, Mac? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. So if you guys are listening, we just took a shot. Mac brought a tequila. I want to spice things up a little bit, but we're gonna get to know him and his story and see what he's about, man. So Mac, for everybody tuning in, let's get a brief introduction about who you are and what you do.
All right. So a brief introduction as to what I do is, I guess I'm a home cook turned into a meal prep chef, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
You could call me a comedian as well. I jumped into the producer's chair not too long ago, so I'm doing that as well. So
Nice.
I kind of have my hands in a lot of different pots, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. But I would say that is kind of what I do in a nutshell.
Okay, cool. And then for it's funny because I ever since I've been hanging out with you, I just can't not be around you and not laugh, and not smile.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I try to keep things light. I try to keep things not too not. I mean, life is short, and you don't have to take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And, I think if you spend more time laughing and just enjoying the time and the people that you're with, there's no real reason to spend stressing out because life is hard for everybody.
Yeah.
So
It is.
if you can try to find the small things to laugh at in your day to day, I think you'll have a better time getting through life.
I love that. And that's a secret, guys. He'll make you laugh, and all of a sudden, he's making you do shit.
It's like, yeah, I guess.
All right, let's dive into your story, bro. How did you get started? Okay, so you're working as a chef, right?
Yeah.
And what made you decide to start meal prepping? Was this like before COVID or recently or?
So it was actually before COVID. I was working at a restaurant out in Camarillo called Slate Bistro.
Okay.
And I was just honestly I stepped into meal prepping because I had a friend of mine tell me that he was going to start training for a Spartan race.
Ah.
And I was like, okay, well I've heard that to kind of get a better handle on your diet and your intake, just meal prep. So I started meal prepping for myself.
Okay.
And then I had friends reach out.
Were you also doing the Spartan rate relay?
I was, yeah. I was going to partake in it. And so, yeah, it was my good buddy Alex who actually passed away. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, but it's okay. God bless his soul. Beautiful soul. But, he asked me to do a Spartan race, so that's why I started getting into meal prepping. And then I had friends reaching out and be like, hey, those meal preps look good. Would you mind doing it for me? And I was like, sure, yeah, why not? Yeah. So, it turned into, 2 clients a week, and I was still working at the restaurant, and it turned into slowly, over time, it turned into, 6 clients, 8 clients a week. And then I was doing, 80 meals, 90 meals out of my house.
And this was around 2018, 2019?
This was 2019 going to 2020.
Okay.
And then right when the pandemic happened, that's when it was okay, all the hours, everyone who was working at the restaurant was affected. We were not working. So I was like, okay, full force into this meal prep because this is my only income now.
Interesting.
So, leverage. I was like, oh crap. Well, now me cooking it's going to create an income for myself.
Okay. So I got to ask, during
go.
COVID, how did you go around people being sick? Okay, with you making food for them? Because, there was that sense of the
security. Sense of the handle and the health.
Yeah,
I completely understand that. It was interesting. I mean, it was just me out of my house. So I don't think I wasn't really going into contact with a lot of different people. Right. So, and honestly, it was just people coming to my house and coming to pick up their meals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So they trusted you in a way.
They trusted me in a way, and that's what's been cool.
Did it
about
start with friends too, or?
It started with friends, and then it slowly, the word kind of got out, and then it was kind of like, hey, I know this guy who's kind of cooking out of his house, and I was like, okay, sure. And I was like texting random people, and it was like, it was cool because there was trust there, and the fact that I was consistent every single week, and they could depend on me,
Right.
you know, and that one pickup was saving them so much time and effort and stress for the whole week. So it was cool because I was constantly changing the menu.
Nice.
So for them, I think they got a sense of care that I cared about what I was doing.
I mean, you do care.
Yeah. It'd be weird if I didn't. But yeah, I think they understood the sense of care that I had for my food, and they were like, "Let's rock with this guy," even though he's only cooking out of his house.
Right.
So from once the pandemic happened, that's when I told Vince, I was like, "Look, I'm cooking 80, 90 meals out of my house," and Vince is the owner of the restaurant that I was working at.
Shout out Vince.
Shout out to Vince. And so from there, he was like, well, if you want to just use the restaurant here, we can kind of work something out here. And I was like, let's get it going. So from there, I went from 8 clients a week to like 30 to 40 to 50 clients a week.
Hey, that's solid.
Yeah. So it's like it's from what was a side hustle, literally turned into like a full-blown business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then during COVID, because my neighbor was also doing meal preps, right, and his business exploded. Did you kind of experience the same thing, or?
It's been weird. It's been a whole roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go on here in front and be like, "Yeah, I'm so busy now because I'm so cooking for so many clients." No, you go through the ups and the downs. You know, there's some weeks that you're like, "Why am I doing this?" There's not even a lot of people that I'm cooking for, and there's other weeks that you're like, "Okay, maybe there is a reason why I'm doing this."
Right.
But I think, as any entrepreneur would say, it's like you have to go through the ups and the downs to get through the whatever.
For sure. And okay, so let's talk about that. Not right. You're a chef turned entrepreneur now. What'd you say?
Yeah, I guess. I would always view myself as a home cook. People have always told me, people have approached me like, Mac, you're a chef. And I'm like, I would never personally call myself a chef. That's just, I don't know. It's not in my verbiage. I think it's like such a title that everyone is in the cooking world is trying to strive after. But I would never be just, I'm a chef. I don't know. I don't know if it's humility or if it's stupidity. I don't know what it is. But I just was a person who liked cooking and just continued to stick with it.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
I mean, I'm sure you're understanding that besides cooking, when it comes down to building this business, it's more about also how you can create that sustainability and how you can make sure that this business is alive, right?
Exactly.
What was it that made you decide, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go full throttle with this thing and actually explore what this can happen? Because you could have said, you know what, that's cool, I like cooking meals, but I don't want to make volumes of meals for people just because I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you know what? I think the thing that has kept me in the game for this long, I think, is just the fact that I know that I'm giving so much value to people. Okay. And knowing how much time and effort and stress that I'm saving for these people. And it's like, dang, I'm putting all y'all on my back. Like, that's awesome. Like, I like hearing stories be like, dude, you've been cooking for me for 4 months and I've already lost 20 pounds. And it's like, that's insane to me. Like, the fact that I was just someone who just enjoyed cooking and you found me through I don't know where you found me from. And then you just ordered my meals and you kept doing it. And not only were you buying my meals, but you were also doing the work outside of the food part. And the combination of the two has led you to you reaching your goals.
For sure.
And for me to think that, why would I stop doing that? You know what I mean?
I think oftentimes, from my experience interviewing other people as well, when people decide that or come across an experience where they realize what they're doing also creates some sort of impact towards people, that they decide to continue it.
Yeah.
And I can see that was a similar situation for you, which I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad that you love what you're doing, not just trying to make money out of it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to make an honest buck out of this, but the fact that I'm bringing so much value to all these people's lives, and the fact that just if I have an extra meal and I'm able to give it to somebody, and it's like, oh crap, I wasn't even thinking about dinner tonight, and now I have dinner. Like that feeling of being able to try to change up someone's day, like that power is really something cool.
Yeah. And so then let's talk a little bit about the aspects of meal prepping, right? What is it that people are missing out on, or why people should start considering meal prepping? I mean, for me personally, when I started getting to fitness, my biggest struggle was trying to gain more weight, right? So I learned at some point that I had to eat more in order for me to gain more muscle, and put on more pounds. So for me, I understood that the meal prepping part was always a part of the process in order for me to achieve my goal, but I was never on the other side of trying to lose weight. And it seems like, obviously that's probably a bigger, more clientele, right? Weight loss and people.
Yeah.
So we talked about it in one of your videos for one of the clients with World Gym, right? Talk a little about how meal prepping contributes to the goal of your actual fitness goal and lifestyle for people who are not aware.
Yeah. So I think for people, now this is just what works for me. I don't know what works for other people.
Right.
But again, to each their own. But I think a good, maybe a one size fits all, I don't even like using that term. But I think it's just literally consistency. And the fact of just, honestly, it's portion control. And I mean, you saw the meal that I came in here with. I mean, that was fries and a chicken sandwich. That was 1,300 calories. That's insane. That's a meal.
I told them not to bring that because we're gonna talk about health.
I had to. I caved.
And he comes in here with Burger King
and a root beer and fries
and fucking vodka or fucking tequila. Damn, bro.
Dude, we're talking about health here.
No, I like it though because it creates that spontaneity of who Mac is,
And it's just more of like, it's just, honestly, I mean, you can enjoy this. I mean, it's all about indulging in some of the, your small victories. But
and you just came back from a marathon, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I did.
How was that?
Sunday. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing I've ever done.
Nice. Have you ever done a marathon like that?
Never in my life. So again, it's all tied in with the nutrition.
Why you do that, bro?
I don't know. I just honestly,
She's
for real,
crazy.
I'm crazy. I guess I like the pain. Honestly, at 80 years old, 85, 90, when I'm on my deathbed, I don't want to be checking out, closing out the lights, and just being like, "Damn, I had more gas in the tank.
Nice.
I could have done more stuff in this lifetime."
Right.
And that was kind of the whole thing, and like that whole shift of like, again, to kind of tie it all back together with like the meal prepping, it's like honestly staying consistent and being on top of the fact that there is portion control in these small containers. And if you honestly put the work in outside of your nutrition, you could get to a point where you can do a marathon. Like I was someone who played collegiate water polo in college, and I rode bench my whole entire 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I did not get to play my favorite sport. From high school, I was a starter in high school. And then when I got to college, I was like, okay, I'm going to start in high school. I'll start playing. Nope. Your skill level is not good enough to be in the water. Your skill level is to be on the bench. That's where you lay. And I was like, okay, that's a tough pill to swallow, but I'm going to be one for my team. I'm going to show up to every practice. I'm going to do what I can to be a contributor, a part of this team.
What school did you go to?
I went to Pacifica, and then I went to Ventura College.
What year did you graduate?
2010.
Huh?
2010.
2010? Okay, so you're like 3. I didn't even know how old you. Okay, 3 years older than me. 2013. China.
Yeah. So I think that was the fun part about the nutritional tie with taking care of myself and getting myself to a point where maybe I can tackle a marathon. And sure enough, on Sunday I was able to do a marathon and I completed it.
Now, do you think that was a result of you also being a product of your product?
100%. 100%. I mean, there were so many days that I had extra meals for myself, from making meals for clients, but sometimes I don't get to reap the benefit of whatever it is, because all my meals go out.
By the way, guys, if you're wondering.
They're good. They are solid. But I think that's the cool part, is that there were times where I myself didn't have time to cook because I'm so busy trying to give myself to others. And like, oh, maybe I got a couple extra meals, and that saves me from like literally going out and buying crappy food that's gonna literally take you away from your goal.
For sure.
And then I think it was just a combination of that, along with maybe starting to pay attention to what I'm doing outside of the gym. Like,
right.
What am I doing for breakfast? What am I actually doing for lunch? Late at night, am I snacking or am I doing something positive?
Something that's going to contribute to your goal.
Yes, rather than eating a tub of ice cream and then wondering, why am I not losing weight?
Yeah, and you can cuss, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, man. but there is that struggle that people, I see it on a day-to-day basis, that people are always looking at me like, why the hell am I not losing weight? And I'm like, okay, let's start here. What are you eating for dinner? And they're like, I'm eating a protein shake. I'm like, how is that dinner? That's not dinner. It's a protein shake is not a replacement. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to be eating vegetables. You need to be eating carbs. You need to be eating an actual protein. You know, and it's like some people think they start replacing things with other things, and it's like that's not how you get to your goals.
It's funny because I just had a podcast with another person, Kristen. We were talking about the idea that you don't need to replace your whole lifestyle in order for you to switch your whole. And what I mean by this, take it as discretion, is that in order for you to make a change in life, you don't have to make a drastic change. Like, I don't believe in this whole, I don't think it's sustainable to do this whole, intermittent fasting and long-term thing.
Agreed.
I think what's more sustainable is to change the food that you're eating on a daily basis that you can actually enjoy and that you can incorporate in your lifestyle so that you can create a long-term success. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these gurus, I feel like, from my opinion, is just pitching a bunch of stuff so that you can buy more of their programs.
More. And that's the thing with these lifestyle changes is that a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm going to do this diet. I'm going to do a keto, or I'm going to do this." And it's like,
for sure,
it's not a diet; it's a lifestyle change. That's what you have to focus on.
Right.
A diet's temporary. That's a 6 months change.
That's the thing that I tell people. Like, hey, listen, like a quick Band-Aid to a wound isn't gonna allow it to heal. You have to fix the root of the problem.
Facts.
Which is like, what are you doing on a consistent basis that's causing you to do what it is that you keep getting results in?
Mm-hmm. You have to make those healthy lifestyle choices.
And ultimately, it's just going back into like eating, like living as if we were in the primal lifestyle, when we actually hunted for food.
Exactly, and we were actually going on 25-mile runs to go hunt for food, and we had to go back to the tribe and cook it.
It's so crazy because I heard from another story or information website, or was it content the other day that that's why those 10,000 steps daily are required, because it's supposed to emulate you kind of like hunting, because your body's supposed to be able to adapt to that.
Adapt to all that motion. And, our bodies are not made to be sedentary.
Yeah.
They're not made to sit at a desk for 8 hours, 10 hours a day. And then you go home and you're wondering why you don't have energy.
For sure.
You're supposed to have energy because you're supposed to go out and use it, and then you get more in return.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it works.
You have to use that up in order for you to get more out of it. And break down those actual foods that you take in. Not that I'm any health professional.
No, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm not a health professional. I only have a liberal studies degree. That's all I have.
Communication studies.
Yeah. I'm just someone who went to college.
Our opinion on this platform,
I only have an opinion on this. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to sit here I know what I'm talking about.
From everybody I'm hearing as well, it's like I feel like the industry is, or at least in the past, especially when the internet rose up, there was a lot of fixation kind of solutions for everything. And it just made a lot of people attached to an idea of how to go about things in life and never really focused on the principles and values.
Yeah, because I think everything is like, every single health journey is so individualistic to you. It's not not a one size fits all thing. Like I said at the very beginning, where I was like, oh, it's a one size fits all, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like, I really don't like that term.
Yeah.
But it's an individualistic term, like whatever's gonna work for you. It's not, because again, like a lot of people are like, okay, I need to cut out soda, I need to cut out this, I need to cut out that, cut out this, cut out that, and you're like, you're gonna kill yourself. You're going to kill yourself if you're trying to like fix your whole life. Just literally, how do you eat an elephant?
Just small.
Yeah, just one bite at a time, man. Yeah. Just one bite at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if you drink too much soda, get the soda out of there. Maybe replace it with carbonated water or whatever, and then just go from there.
There you go. So. And to be honest, most of the diets or fixes that people, I think, that they're trying to incorporate isn't really suitable for the lifestyle. It's just like, working out. Like most people try to do these bodybuilding workouts where they're working out 5 to 6 times a week, when in reality you can only work when your schedule only accommodates for 3 to 4 times. Maybe you should start with that.
Yeah, I mean, have you heard people that are like, you know what, I haven't worked out in like 8 months, but on Monday I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to run 5 miles. You're like, what are you saying right now? What are you doing?
It is crazy.
You're going to be so sore the next day, and then you're going to feel like, I don't even want to go to the gym anymore because I'm in so much pain.
Yeah. How do you feel about, now that you've been at this thing for a few years now, Mac? What's your intake? Like, how do you feel that you're a part of this industry where you're contributing to people's long-term investments in their health and lifestyle? Hey, voice community, thanks for tuning in to this episode. I just want to make a real announcement real quick. If you're looking to amplify your voice, just like what we do here at Voice Podcast, and you want to create your own platform, we actually do have an agency called ORCA Media, where we focus on content development, social media strategy, social media development, and overall just part of your marketing strategy and how to amplify your business on social media even more. Social media management, editing, video editing, finding trends, ad management, paid media, whatever you name it, community development. So everything from that point to improve your social media. For anybody who tunes in, who decides to work with us, we're giving a promotion to anybody who signs up from here up to $250 off. If you're looking to take your brand presence online much more, would love to be able to help out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
I think it's cool that I was able to be able to kind of plant a seed and then see it grow into like what it's becoming now, and like all the opportunities that are kind of coming my way has been very
Really?
Yeah, it's been extremely humbling. I think it's been very surreal. I think the opportunities that are kind of coming my way, it's a lot, and my life is moving very fast, I think.
Nice.
Right now.
That's good.
And I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be more blessed. But damn, it's a hard road to get to where I'm at right now. It's not easy. I wouldn't say it's but I'm blessed to be in this position, and I'm so happy that with what I'm doing is good for the world, and good for at least for the area right
For
now.
sure.
But it's cool that I'm able to be myself, and that alone is good enough for other people.
Yeah. And are you able to articulate a little bit about those struggles and the hard times that you're come across right now?
Yeah, I'll gladly tell you. There's been meal prep weekends where I go in on the kitchen and I'm cooking all my meals, and it's just me alone in the kitchen, and I'm doing all my food, and I'm not cooking for that many clients. Not much money's coming in, so you get emotional in those pockets in time. And there's been times where I've literally, you know what, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break. I'm gonna go out to my car and cry. Like
Oh,
I will go cry.
Real as fuck.
Swear to God, like I've gone out to my car and literally pulled out my back seat, laid in my back seat, and just cried because I'm just like, bro, this is painful as hell. Like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm putting myself out there so much and on the line, and it's like I'm only cooking for 8 people this week, and it's like, dude, what the hell? Like, dude, like I love this more than anything, and it's like, do people not see the effort that I'm trying to like give to them? And like, I know this works.
Right.
I know that my product is gonna help you get where you want to go.
Right.
And but so many people approach me and they're like, okay, well, can I do this and this? And I'm like, yeah, all these meals will do this for you.
Yeah.
And then they kind of come back at me with like, well, nah, and it's like, okay, then if you know what you got going on, it's gonna work for you. Then it sounds like you know what you want. It sounds like you don't even need me. Why did you approach me then?
Yeah.
Like I'm just here a service. I'm just here to offer a service, and I'm here to help your life be easier. But if it sounds like you know what you got going on, it sounds like you know what's gonna help you lose weight. Then why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know what works. I know I have clients that have lost a lot of weight. I've had clients that have gained weight, saved time, same effort, have had more time with their kids, have had more time into doing things that they actually enjoy doing, just by me providing a service to them.
For sure.
And it's like, it just kills me because like there's some weeks where I don't cook for a lot of people, and it's like, damn, this stings. But
Is it because that you feel like you just didn't have enough clients, and you know that your what you cook is way worth than that?
No, I think it's just more of like just going through the ups and downs, because like I've gone through weeks where I don't cook for a lot of people. I've had a lot of weekends where I've cooked for a lot of people, and I'm like, whoa, okay, here we go. Let's we gotta plan this out. We gotta plan this out, and it's I gotta call for help. I gotta call for backup, but it's small things like that where the bottom does not feel good, and it's like a reminder of like, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get out of here. How do we get out of this bottom part?
Let me tell you about February,
that
man.
is entrepreneurship at its
For
finest.
sure.
That's as real as it gets. If you're crying in the backseat of your car because you're wondering where your sales are at, it's like you know, man. Like that's.
I don't cry when I'm parked. I cry when I'm driving.
Yeah, you just can't have people see you on the street. You're like, whoa, hold on, clean this up. You gotta get the red out of your eyes,
Oh man,
can't have people letting you know that you're crying.
Entrepreneurship, man.
Yeah, it's real life.
People don't see the struggle in between that. Hey, but I'm really glad that you value this process.
Yeah,
because you believe in your product and service so much that you're gonna be willing to stick it out, even though it fucking stinks.
Yeah, You eat shit for a while,
bro.
You're eating shit,
Man,
dude.
let me tell you about eating shit, man.
Dude, how does it taste? Tastes good, right? So good. Dude, I just eat that shit for breakfast, dog. Like, what? That's all me, baby. All me.
Let me add a little bit of spice into this anyways.
Dude, I can make it look real nice, dude. I'll sprinkle some stuff on it.
You're a chef, bro.
I'll plate it so well. I'll plate it so well.
I gotta deal with what I have. I can't cook like you. That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
So for some of your ideas for your social media, you have a little food show. Where do you get? I know you have Nick shooting those videos for you. Shout out Nick. I see those. I see your work. It's really beautiful. I love it.
We do some stupid shit.
Let's talk about that, man.
Oh my God.
Where do you get those ideas from? Those are super cool.
I had no idea. I think it's a combination between Nick and I just literally going back and forth between of how freaking crazy we can get. And I think it's so fun because we really do create some magic together because of the fact that we just bounce off of one another when it comes to allowing ourselves to be our fullest selves on camera, and then him being behind the camera.
Now, was that intentional?
Honestly, I reached out to him because we were friends, and like I was like, let me just. And I know that he knew how to do videography, so I was like, I got an idea for this thing, and then he was like, I can help you with that, and then we kind of worked together on how to create this beautiful piece of content, and we really do go back and forth. I mean, he knows the art of videography, lighting, and everything that comes with running what you do.
For sure,
like there's an art in that.
Yeah,
and then,
he probably knows way more than me.
I don't know.
I'll be honest.
I don't know, and then he knows a lot, and for me, I know a lot about food, and I think the combination between the two, there's a lot of clash, but there's also a lot of formation together, which is really cool because, at the times of me plating, that's when my cook brain goes in. I'm like, okay, we need to get this to someone now because the food's hot, it looks nice.
Yeah.
But we're not cooking for people, we're cooking for the camera, and we're cooking for the people that are behind the, that are the audience. But like, for me, I'm just like, okay, it's hot, it looks good. And he's like, Mac, we need to slow down, present it correctly. This is a video that we're making a show here. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh sorry, my fault, I'll slow down.
Yeah.
And I just get, I get wrapped up about my food because I want people to enjoy it.
Yes.
So
and the reason why I brought that up too, and why I was intentful, is because that personality that you have, bro, and his skill to be able to present that and make sure that it's shown properly, is a good combination to represent what you are. Like it's such an important aspect, and I talk about it all the time to my clients, but even then, just like in the show, that hey, like if you have a personality that you can incorporate with what people like already, that itself is its own voice, its own brand experience, right? Like this is what the podcast is about. It's like getting to know those people about who they are, like we're not just here to talk about different niches. Exactly. we're here to talk about Mack's voice. And then for you have a unique voice to represent not just that fact that you can cook some awesome fucking meals, but the fact that you can be Mack and cook meals and have that in the experience altogether.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the fun part about these videos, is that they really do highlight. I think the whole formation is just to highlight the food and just let me be a goof, and we're gonna go on this ride together, but. Essentially, the video is about the food. It's not about me. I'm going to be a goof as much as I can to get you to enjoy it. But like, I want you to look at food in a new way, in a new light, and for you to be excited about it.
See, that part. You said, look at food in a new way, making things different. And you do some crazy shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen the ingredients like this.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Nick, is that Nick respects that regard. He's like, we need to take a chicken sandwich. How do we blow it up? How do we make it interesting? How do we make it different? How do we make it yours? And like, I'm like, and sometimes like I come to videos with Nick and I'm like, all right, I got this idea, we finish it, and he's like, it could have been better. And I'm like, no, but I gave you my all. I'm sorry. He's like, nah, you could have done it better. And I'm like, no, but I'm really trying, Nick. And it's cool because it's like you need that push. You need that from that someone that you're forming content with, because if someone who's just like, yeah, hey, nice job, man, nice job, hey, good job, it's like, how are you? They're not pushing you to get better.
I gotta ask, how long have you guys been producing content together so far?
Oh man, I think we started in 2019.
2019?
Yeah, 2019. Maybe, yeah, 2019, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. This is a more your insights kind of thing, based on your experience and how your business has grown. How has developing those content helped your business out?
I think it's created a sense of there's a connection between the face and the person that's cooking for them.
Love that.
And then also I think there is there's someone to follow. There's a journey to be followed. Whether you're not buying from me or you're buying my meals, at least now you get to go on this journey with me.
For sure.
You're getting to watch what Mac does on camera, and you get to start to kind of get to figure out who he is as an individual.
Right.
And you get, it is an association with the brand. So I think and that was the weird part, was that like I'm now becoming a face of a brand. Like what? But
like that's the thing that a lot of businesses I think miss. Like, yeah, okay, cool, right? The reason why customers buy from most people, especially local in the first place, is because of that person that cooks it and the person that's branding it. Because they know that person personally. And imagine if they started amplifying that person even more. Like, what are they doing on a daily basis? You know,
what's their lifestyle like?
What's their thoughts like? Who do they hang around with? You know, like that itself is branding your business ultimately together. And I think people don't understand it. And you have a great representation of being able to widely represent your personality and your service at the same time. You know, and I think people miss that a lot, and I really want to, I would say, encourage people to start leaning towards that voice within themselves, not just to sell. Like, if let's say you're selling a product for beauty, I don't know, eyelash or fucking makeup, whatever it is, or shit, maybe you have another food. Like, instead of just selling your food or putting it out on content to make people hungry, but like add a little bit of taste, a little bit of spice,
a little bit of flavor,
yeah,
a little bit of Diane's flavor. If your name's Diane out there and you like salsa or something, make Diane's salsas.
Exactly.
Put your name on it, put your face on it, and be like, this is Diane's salsas. What's up?
Because here's the thing, right? Working in marketing, biggest thing I see that a lot of businesses lack when it comes down to marketing is the taste, the personality. Because like, what happens if somebody finds the same product that you offer with the same price or maybe even lower? Why would they go to you? Because
they know me.
They know you.
They
your
know
personality, your branding, your experience.
There's a face to be remembered.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing, is that like now, like I'm even, because of the content we're making out, that we're putting out, I've made connections with people's kids. People like, what? Like,
so they know you personally.
They're 3-year-old.
I love that.
I have a client who I cooked for way like a year ago. I haven't cooked for her in a while, but she has like a 2-year-old daughter.
Nice.
And we put out content, and she shows her daughter, and her daughter laughs.
Hey, bro.
And that's like, what? I'm making a connection. This is all because of me liking food. I'm able to make a connection to a 2-year-old. That's insane to me.
I think we also underlook those possibilities of doing that when we start to put ourselves out there even more, you know, and it's just those little fucking things that make a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, and even for me, as someone who does a lot of marketing, right, for different clients, like sometimes I'll overlook, oh yeah, we just made a video. No. Charles, you made an impact from somebody's for 5 minutes of their time to make them laugh or make them see something differently, and then now they're sharing it with their friends.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And sometimes I overlook that. And as whether you're a business owner or content creator, because, you know, a lot of people are looking into other voices out there as well. I just want you guys to know that your fucking voice matters, you know?
We're so hard on ourselves, I think, as entrepreneurs and people that create content. And, you know, because we have this, and I think we want it to blow up. You know, we want a wide audience, but it's like, you just look at the small audience that you already have. Like, you're already making a connection with the 10 people that you have.
For sure.
You know,
that is actually what kept me going, Mac.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm still in social media is it's no longer about trying to serve everybody else. It's trying to serve that one person. When I started looking at that, it became easier. And I teach this to people who have a hard time getting in front of camera. Hey, you're not trying to impress anybody. Fuck if you look bad.
Yeah, who cares?
Focus on serving just one person. Now your intention changed, and all of a sudden, okay, I don't care about whether I'm trying to look bad. Yeah, okay, cool. There's a part of your brand which we'll work on as you get better. You're not going to be perfect the first time, but focus on serving just one person at a time, and just like a product.
You become more grateful for those moments. You know, you're like, okay, the work that I'm doing, I know it's I'm taking an, I guess, quote unquote, taking an L, because you're not 10 million people are seeing your work, but the fact that you made one person's day, the fact that someone opened up their Instagram and they saw a clip and they stopped on your content and watched you. Like, that kind of says something. Like, you out of all the content that's out there in the world, someone stopped what they were doing and watched you for 30 seconds.
100%.
For 30 seconds. And then they just kept moving.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I still like neglect to see that. You know, like sometimes I have to switch into like trying to be grateful for shit that I can do that for people, you know?
Exactly.
Because like, yeah, dude, like sometimes you just do the work, but then you don't realize how much impact you might be doing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And when people say like, "Oh, you've inspired me," it's like, well, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying, but like I was just literally just doing the stuff that I like doing.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I love that. All right, let's pivot a little bit into the other side of Mac.
Yeah.
Comedian.
Okay, go.
Comedy. All right. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, fucking God. Too long. I've been doing stand-up for far too long. No, it's just, I think I've been doing it for 7 years maybe.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a really fun journey. It's been a lot of fun. I love doing it. And yeah, and I found it by accident.
Okay.
I found it by accident. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, is there something that you want to do with this thing, with your business, or?
Yeah, so I think they're one and the same, but also kind of not. I mean, you know, stand-up is by no means the same thing as cooking, but it is in its own way, because I mean, the only way that you can figure out if something works is if you write it down and then you take it to a stage and you say it on a stage, and you know, you're saying it basically in a vacuum full of, you know, you're in a room full of people. There's, you know, it's very tight, and you're just. It's kind of tense, and it's one person in the room that's controlling the energy, and he's basically like a tour guide, and he's like basically going to tell you how like it is, but in a way that there's an artful craft behind it. He's creating tension, but also releasing tension, because like there's a setup and a joke, like, you know, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. It's just the ebbs and flow, and they're a conductor of laughter, and
For sure.
it's a science, and it's a beautiful science to watch and to understand. And I just did it because I had a friend who I lived with who loved performing arts. I was inspired by that. His eyes lit up. He's like, dude, I loved being a part of performing arts. I loved being a part of theater. And I was like, damn, man, that's dope. And it kind of set off my head, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go try that. I'm gonna go try that because you sound interested. So I went to go do an improv class out in LA one summer, and I did.
I'm taking like 2 improv classes.
Dude, they're the coolest.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought I was an outgoing person. I always thought I was, until I got to the groundlings, and I saw people that were actors and people that were doing improv for years. And I was like, whoa, that's insane. Their comfortability on stage is unparalleled. So after doing my intro for like, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks, the teacher was like, if you really enjoy doing this, I would say find a stage wherever you can. And so I had friends in the local area that were like, you're funny. I mean, you could try maybe doing stand-up. Try it.
Right.
See if you like it.
Yeah.
And so I got into it, and I was like, yeah, and I'm hooked. Like, because once you get your first laugh, it's like, okay, maybe I might be onto something. You know what I mean? This might work. And then you realize that it requires work by like actually taking time to write, and then actually trying to figure out time to like getting to know yourself, because you can't make someone laugh unless you know yourself. You have to, yeah, because with laughter comes relatability, and
Gotcha.
and that's why, you know, when we're laughing together, we're laughing because, oh, that happened to me too one time, or at least something like that happened to me, or I can see how that could be funny.
I think that's an interesting trait to touch on, is that people can't experience emotions without being able to relate.
Exactly.
And the only way you can create relations is through your own experience,
and you have to know yourself to do that.
And I think that's why I feel so, what's the word I'm looking for, I just feel like open to laugh and gravitate towards you, just because you're relatable. You can talk about stuff in a real way, but in a more comical way. Maybe we just drop the sauce to you, how to be funny.
How to be funny. Should we start a podcast on that, or like maybe like a 101 course? We should start charging people.
I don't know. Maybe whoever's listening to this, they'll get some value out of that.
Exactly.
But I think that's really cool that you mentioned that, because for me, you know, like, comedy's hard, dude.
It is. I mean, comedy is. I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's easy, because I'm never gonna say something's easy. But like getting. It's just getting on stage is one thing. Just getting on stage alone is hard, because you are the one person on stage and you are the entertainment now. But like now you have to do it in a way of artful writing and delivery, and do it with confidence and gusto,
bro,
and do it with the fact that you say a joke and sometimes it won't land. How do you recoup from that?
bro.
How do you tell a joke and then it falls flat, and you like gotta keep going? You got another 15 minutes up there.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. You know what's crazy is that I would say 70 to 90% of people can't even, or 63 to 90% of people, 93% can't even do public speaking.
Yeah, I heard that like a majority of people would rather
die.
There's a bigger fear of public speaking than there is of death. What?
That's crazy, right?
People would rather die than go up on stage. That's insane.
So let's pivot into this topic. Like, talk about the confidence it's allowed you just by pivoting into, getting in front of the stage and trying to entertain people.
I think doing it over and over again, I think you kind of realize like, life is not that serious. I think, because there are so many worse things. Like, have you ever been given 10 minutes and told any of your jokes for those 10 minutes on stage and no one likes it? And you have to get off stage. I thought like, oh, I'm just going to go home and kill myself. Like, this is the worst thing ever. Why would I want to do that? But there's a part of me that's like, I can go back there and I can regain that. I can keep back. Okay. And it's like, when you go through that, you realize that like small little things like taking it like walking through a grocery store and tripping, it's not that bad. It's like there's so many different things that so many people get wrapped up in where it's like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, who cares? Like, stop. This is everyone's first time at life. Why are you taking it so seriously? Yeah. Like, chill out.
I like that. I like that perspective, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think if I have to be honest, I haven't even contextualized it at that level or perspective to say that, maybe just life isn't that easy, and that's why we have so much fear in going about things in life, because we take things too seriously.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, we're so afraid of failure, and it's like, it's you want to take the leap, but you're like, it's the fear is paralyzing you. Just try to jump, and if you don't land, then I guess you'll figure it out next time.
I'm inspired, but I'm also entertained by you.
I just appreciate that.
Funny as fuck. Okay, so let me ask you this real quick. Have you ever thought about putting together both of the styles of your styles for making food and your ability to make people laugh?
I think that's. I mean,
you're already doing it, right?
The content,
but I mean, like, okay, like you're cooking. Get this, right? You're cooking, showing people how to cook shit. But like, you're entertaining at the same time.
I don't know what that would look like. The only thing that I can think of is like my own TV show, and that's essentially what I would like. That's what I've always wanted as a kid. Like,
can I tell you a secret?
Go.
Okay.
We like secrets.
Secrets make friends. It's not really a secret. It's just that most people overlook this thing, and I tell this to maybe 20, 30 people that are actually taking it seriously.
I said secrets make friends.
So, one of my secrets when I work with a client to start to...
Charles' secrets.
It's my secret, guys. Listen. One of my secrets is that... it's not even a secret. It's a strategy, right? I tell my clients that in order for you to build an everlasting brand that will naturally or organically create people to follow your journey of your business, is you platform yourself.
Oof.
Platform
yourself.
Talk
to them. Hey, say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder.
Look. We're in a podcast, right? I'm bringing people over. People want to see who I have on and what kind of content we have. What does that make me? A host, quote unquote. Now people see me as a credible source. Can I work with this guy? And I get to tap on people's audience.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving people some tips, when it comes down to marketing. So it's the same thing for you as your show. Instead of you just creating shows of the food, like, make it a live entertain, not live, but like content where you can collaborate with people. And you know this, we're always fucking touching on different ideas, and I'm always pitching you different ideas, right? So what if, just what if?
Here we go.
Right? What if you decide to do that? Now you're including people. Maybe they're trying out your audience. You're giving them spiels and stuff like that. Like your real talk with Mac.
You're championing people.
Yeah, dude.
Championing people.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, it's an idea.
No, it's a great idea. Mm-hmm. It's a great idea. I mean, okay, Charles. I'll sit here.
It's a random idea.
No, it's good. I like it.
Because I think for you, if you can start featuring people on your platform, it would allow you to expand a little more.
You're dropping knowledge.
Live,
you guys hear that? You guys hear that? He's dropping knowledge on his own podcast. Listen to this shit.
That's what we're about here, you know.
What
So
the shit?
I just wanted to share that
These
out
are free gems,
you know,
people. These are free gems.
No, I'm trying to do that more often. Just get
Camera
my random
B,
ideas.
free gems, people.
Yeah, but okay. So far with Mack's Meal, what should people? What do you want people to experience when they start to get food from the first time? Because I spoke with this last girl named Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the podcast should be before this thing. Basically, we talked about the idea that when she first gives her product to somebody else, she's already thinking that, oh shit, this person's gonna experience a longevity of impact, and I get to be a part of that. And I didn't think about that until today, and I was like, holy crap! What if I start framing myself that every single time I start shooting for people or give them a little bit of advice, I'm becoming a part of that impact. Like, so now my question to you is, with your brand, what's that experience that you see for your business?
I want them to understand that food doesn't have to be boring. When they open up that meal prep container, I want them to know that just because it's coming out of a plastic container doesn't necessarily mean that food has to be boring.
For sure.
Because a lot of people, and you know, when I say meal prep, a lot of people think, oh, chicken, broccoli, rice. That's
For sure,
boring.
right,
And it's
right.
like, of course, and like, you know,
I wouldn't mind eating those.
Yeah, and I don't mind eating. To each their own. Like if you're, if you quote unquote like boring food, that's what works for you, man. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever, man. To each their own. But like for me, and what you're going to be representing with me is that you're going to be getting meals, and I'm going to be trying to push the boundaries on how far meal prep can go. So you know, I'm going to do things that are vegan. I'm going to do things that are vegetarian. I'm going to do things that are quote unquote different, you know, when it comes to like maybe a beef stir fry that you've never seen before, or maybe a chickpea tikka masala, or like, you know, some dish that's originated from India, you know, or you know, or Guam, or what, I don't know, Australia, I don't care, down under, I don't care.
How cool would it be if you started creating these themes?
I like that.
Launch.
I like themes,
like you know how t-shirts.
We're
right?
cooking right now.
No, we're literally cooking.
Literally
no,
cooking.
We're not literally cooking. We're
curating.
cooking. No,
we're
but
cooking.
Like you know how shirts drop, themes, summer, or something like that. What if you do the same thing for your drops? Like, hey, we're gonna drop. Like every drop is now giving you a reason to launch.
You're gonna be telling them so many ideas, and
No, it's cool. That I take it. I want them to. Okay.
You're like, oh, what if you were able to serve out to like Australia, bro? And then you have all your listeners in Australia, and be like, dude, I like this guy. Where's his food at? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get to Australia. Charles, give me 1 second. Damn.
I'm sorry. He's got a fuck ton of ideas, man.
He's got so many ideas.
I don't know. It's
no,
idea.
but these are all they're all amazing, and I think that is something that definitely I want to make the approach, because that would be awesome. Like 1 week I do all Indian dishes, and then another week I'm doing like Chinese dishes,
right?
And then another week I'm doing like,
man, dude,
dishes
I'm sold.
from I don't know what's a freaking what's Antarctic cuisine? What's that like?
I don't know. We'll figure it out, right?
Ice. We'll figure it out. I don't know.
Try it? You know, one of my clients. One of the things that we ride on is the feature of novelty. There's like, have you ever collected Pokemon cards?
I did, yeah.
Right?
As a
the
kid,
reason why we liked that at the
They
time.
were novelty items.
And no, it's that we love the idea of getting new things.
We loved the idea of opening up the package out of the 11 to 12 cards that you would get, and one of them would be rare. One of them would be like, okay, now that sucks.
So a little knowledge real quick for you. This is why crumble cookies grew. And yeah, a lot of people say it's overrated, but I think the really interesting about them is that they offer different selections every week for you to try.
That'll do it.
And then they're like, oh, I want to try that. I don't think people, like if you can incorporate both health and some sense of like, hey, let me direct you into this new product that you gotta try out. Like this is gonna be really good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the cool. Yeah, that's the cool part about my meals is that every single week I have a rotating menu.
Yeah,
so,
I love that.
But again, I want to grow on that. I want I know I have like 30 to 40 dishes that I rotate through cycling continuously. But I would love to have maybe like 100. I would love to have like, damn, when was the last time I had that? I don't know. It's like remember that was like 12 weeks ago. That's when the last time you had that.
And it's also creating this sense of experience that okay, the people in this company care.
Yeah.
and they're doing the research. They're finding things out differently.
Exactly. And I think that's the cool fun about it is that with food, it never ends. I mean, food is always being pushed. It's always being, there's always an agenda with food, and it's always getting pushed. And I think that's the job of an artist is to...
Yes, we're artists, we're creators.
We're pushing the boundaries.
We're fucking creators.
Yeah, and it's like, if I'm going to put, purple chicken, with a waffle, we'll see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, well, we found out how far the boundary could be pushed.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like the thing is with art is that you have to have someone brave enough to want to go step over those boundaries.
Try different shit.
Because you're walking on a tightrope. And it's like, okay, maybe I can take chicken and maybe combine it with this and maybe combine it with that. Oh, maybe I can drizzle a little bit of this on it and maybe sprinkle that on it. And here you go, it's plated. Is it good? Tell me, is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Yeah, it's good.
But the only way we can know is if we try to put it out.
I have to try it.
You
I have to put it out. I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to do it. And, if I'm not going to do it, who else is?
You better be getting feedback from people.
Yeah, sometimes they don't leave me in the comments. I'm like, hey, I made this whole dish and 0 comments in the videos. What's? I made this guys for you.
I'll teach you like how to create.
I just want people to comment more because I'm doing this for you guys.
For sure. no. There's a way you can actually create for me, one of my platforms through Monday.com, you can create little forms to create like surveys and stuff like that.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
So that might help you out. Try to curate what works and what doesn't.
Okay.
A lot of intensive research as well. So then you can figure new things, and then it gives you more things to be excited about. So even though the other work sucks, even for me, bro, I'm getting ideas of thinking like, fuck, like how do I position myself in a different campaign where people like, yo, like I want to see what this guy's doing.
I like that, man, dude. It's being with you is like so inspiring because,
bro, it's because you give me the space to do that,
dude. Well, you just think about shit, and I'm like, whoa. I thought I was moving. I thought my brain was moving quickly. You just have so many fucking ideas. It's like, whoa, this, that. I'm like, okay, wow. Just watching your mind work. It's crazy.
I'm all right.
You cooking like this, dude.
Yeah.
I see you all the time.
I guess that's my own kitchen, right?
Yeah, your brain is your kitchen.
Figure out this thing. Okay, cool. So let's pivot a little bit into your feature, Mac. So for this upcoming, for you and your business, what do you see for yourself that's gonna happen next maybe a couple months or years? Like what's coming up for you?
So I'm trying to get myself out of the kitchen. That's my number one goal right now. I'm trying to get out of the kitchen because I feel like my time right now is becoming how do you say? I'm just there's so many opportunities that are popping up all over the place, and I'm
trying to. Are you able to talking about any of those opportunities?
Yes,
okay.
I haven't signed any contracts, so
okay.
Yeah, we're fine. I just recently signed up for a talent agency.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I might be. I'm trying to maybe possibly get into some modeling. Getting some modeling and then possibly getting into some commercial work and possibly getting into some background work and stuff like that.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's so cool because I just I don't know how all this stuff is just landing in my lap, but I'm trying to put myself out there, and if I'm already on camera, and if this is my time, this is my time, and
it's your time.
I'm gonna try to really put my best foot forward and really try to give myself the chance. So my thing is I need to get out of the kitchen to do that. So I need to start training people and start really building a team around me.
Nice.
So that way I can kind of get myself out of the kitchen, have Mack Meals running and going, and that way I can kind of do stand-up, and I can also do commercials or do a show opportunity or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of like what I'm really trying to strive after.
Cool, man.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely doable with your talent, with your work ethic, with the way you are. I mean, you're a hard worker.
You knock it off, man. Stop it.
He doesn't like praise. It's like me.
Stop it. Knock it off. I know. I'm so bad at it. I need to learn how to take a damn compliment. Right? I know. Shit. I just am so...
Don't worry, I do the same thing.
Dude, it's so funny. I just did a marathon just on Sunday, and I'm like literally like, oh man, I'm like still doing it. It's like, give yourself praise. You just did a fucking marathon. What the hell's wrong with you? Chill out. Yeah. Give yourself praise.
Yep.
What else do I need to achieve for myself to... Yeah, it's so hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah. Positive acceptance of positive validation can be hard for people who are hard on themselves, typically.
So extremely hard. It's like, dude, even the inner voice after a marathon, it's crazy. What the hell, man? So...
All right, so what else? What else is coming up for you?
That's all I have right now. The possibly
anything you want to promote?
Modeling, promoting. Just the Mack Meals page.
We'll give a link to that in a minute.
We'll give a link to that. Mack Meals just recently formed a partnership with Let Loose Comedy out in Santa Barbara, which I'm really excited about.
Nice.
That one is going to
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I think it's going to be a beautiful partnership because of the fact that we are both going to be working extremely hard to bring a really awesome comedy scene to Ventura.
Wow.
And we're working within the confines of the Grape, which is a jazz club out in Ventura.
Love that.
And you know, all three of us are all going to work really, really hard. Like the three businesses together, Mack Meals, Let Loose Comedy, and the Grape, are all going to really bring a really awesome comedy experience to Ventura. And we're really trying to really just, you know, honestly just focus on the people and focus on the laughter and
When
focus
can
on
we
good vibes.
experience one of these things? I'd like to see for myself.
So right now we have a residency until the end of April, and
Okay.
we're working on getting more dates. But aside from that, I think we should be able to build out a wider calendar from there.
Cool.
But we're really excited because there's going to be a lot of really cool talent, and the whole point of this partnership is just to highlight talent. You know, that's all it is, and it's we want to bring a cool show to we just want to bring people together and laugh, and you know, an hour and a half on a Wednesday night is not much of your time.
For
but
sure.
Come out, have a good time, drink, spend. You know, you're coming out here, just get a babysitter for the kids, and
Yeah.
then just come out and enjoy a good laugh.
Right.
Because people aren't laughing enough, and you know, people are so uptight about everything, and it's
Depressed,
and
emotion.
the way the
Yeah.
world is. I mean, the way they send us freaking all this crap down our throats through news media and all this crap, and it's all this
Right.
negative shit, and it's like it makes you think like, oh, the world's a horrible place, and it's like it's really not. You know, there's a lot of beauty. You just got to look around. But
I
you know,
agree.
come to a show and you'll enjoy.
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing that. So,
Yeah.
for anybody that wants to connect, collaborate, buy from you, where can they find you?
You can do maxmeals.com. You can do Max Meals on the Instagram. We got a Facebook that needs work.
It's okay. We all need work and everything.
Yeah,
right?
we all need work and everything. Shit, I have a whole long to-do list that I still
Long
got to
list.
get to. Jesus.
That's my list right there.
It's never ending. It's never ending. Where else can you find me at? Instagram, Facebook.
You're not on TikTok?
TikTok. You can find me on Venmo too. You can find me on Venmo.
Wait, but you're not on TikTok.
Oh, on TikTok as well.
Oh, I
You
was
can find me
gonna
on
say,
TikTok.
dude, like-
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. And then what else? What's another one? Oh, you can find me on OnlyFans as well.
Really?
No. Shoot.
You said that with a straight face.
Can you imagine if I was on OnlyFans? I should get OnlyFans. I should sell my feet pictures. My feet are okay. Whatever. I'm sure there's someone out there that would like my feet.
Pretty sure.
There's 7 billion people in this
Oh,
world. There's got to be at least
100%,
one
yeah.
person that can monetize on. Oh, man.
And then where else?
That's it. That's all I
Okay,
got.
cool.
Those are all my platforms.
All right, well, let's finish up with one last sentence to top it off.
Go.
For anybody listening, I like to ask this for any of our guests. Is there any last message you want to voice out?
Any last message that I'd like to voice out? Do what you love because you're going to die someday.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Like it?
Life is short. When you leave your house, it's not promised that you're going to make it home. So, you know, you better spend that day doing what you love doing, or else this life is all about moments. And the more moments you spend doing the things that you hate doing, your life is going to be that. It's going to be shit.
Love that.
Because you're going to be doing... Your life is composed of all those moments that you just hate doing.
Yeah.
And you're just imagining a life of something that you'd rather be doing. So why not spend it doing the things that you'd rather be doing?
Facts.
Because you're going to die
Amen.
someday.
Yep. You're going to die.
And, you know, when we're dead, what does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Might as well do it up.
Might as well do it up.
All right, guys. All right. Mac, thanks for being here.
Thanks for being
Appreciate your voice.
here. Appreciate you.
And for everybody tuning in, thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Hey, voice community, are you or do you know anybody that is looking to brand them and voice themselves out even more? On this voice podcast, we're always looking for more candidates to voice out with interesting stories, powerful stories that are needed to be shared and amplified. We have a candidate list if you're looking to hop on the show, whether through Zoom or in person. We prefer in person because the content is much better, and would love to see how we can collaborate. So go ahead and click the link below and we can potentially include this individual or individuals to be part of the next show.